Mother Holle. A widow had 2 daughters, one who was beautiful and industrious, the other ugly and lazy, but she was much fonder of the ugly and lazy one because she was her own daughter. The other, who was a stepdaughter, had to do all the housework and carry out the ashes like a Cinderella. Every day the poor girl had to sit near a well by the road and spin until her fingers bled. Now one day it happened that the reel became quite bloody, and when the maiden leaned over the well to rinse it, it slipped out of her hand and fell to the bottom. She burst into tears, ran to her stepmother, and told her about the accident. But the stepmother gave her a terrible scolding and was very cruel. "If you've let the reel fall in," she said, "then you'd better fetch it out again." The girl went back to the well but did not know what to do. She was so distraught that she jumped into the well to fetch the reel, and she lost her senses. When she awoke, she was in a beautiful meadow where the sun was shining and thousands of flowers were growing. She walked across this meadow, and soon she came to a baker's oven full of bread, and the bread cried out, "Oh, take me out! Take me out or else I'll burn! I've been baked a long time." So the girl went up to the oven and took out all the loaves one by one with the baker's peel. After that, she went on until she came to a tree covered with apples. Shake me, the tree exclaimed. "My apples are all ripe." She shook the tree till the apples fell like raindrops, and she kept shaking until they had all come down. After she had gathered them into a pile, she went on her way. At last she came to a small cottage where an old woman was looking out of a window. She had such big teeth that the maiden was scared and wanted to run away. But the old woman called out to her,
"Why are you afraid, my dear child? Stay with me, and if you do all the housework properly, everything will turn out well for you. Only you must make my bed nicely and carefully, and give it a good shaking so the feathers fly. Then it will snow on earth, for I am Mother Holle."
Since the old woman had spoken so kindly to her, the maiden plucked up her courage and agreed to enter her service. She attended to everything to the old woman's satisfaction, and always shook the bed so hard that the feathers flew about like snowflakes. In return, the woman treated her well. She never said an unkind word to the maiden, and she gave her roasted or boiled meat every day. After the girl had spent a long time with Mother Holle, she became sad. At first, she did not know what was bothering her, but finally she realized she was homesick. Even though everything was 1,000 times better there than at home, she still had a desire to return. At last she said to Mother Holle, "I have a longing for home, and even though everything is wonderful down here, I must go up again to my own people."
"I'm pleased that you want to return home,"
Mother Holle responded.
"And since you've served me so faithfully, I myself shall bring you up there again."
She took the maiden by the hand and led her to a large door. When it was opened and the girl was standing beneath the doorway, a heavy shower of golden rain came pouring down, and all the gold stuck to her so that she became completely covered with it.
"I want you to have this because you've been so industrious,"
said Mother Holle, and she also gave her back the reel that had fallen into the well. Suddenly the door closed, and the maiden found herself back up on earth, not far from her mother's house. When she entered the yard, the cock was sitting on the well and crowed, "Cock-a-doodle-doo! Your golden girls come back to you!" The girl went inside to her mother, and since she was covered with so much gold, her mother and sister gave her a warm welcome. She told them all about what had happened to her, and when her mother heard how she had obtained so much wealth, she was anxious to obtain the same fortune for her ugly and lazy daughter. Therefore, her daughter had to sit near the well and spin, and she made the reel bloody by sticking her fingers into a thorn bush and pricking them. After that, she threw the reel down into the well and jumped in after it. Just like her sister, she reached the beautiful meadow and walked along the same path. When she came to the oven, the bread again cried,
"Oh, take me out! Take me out or else I'll burn! I've been baked a long time."
But the lazy thing answered, "I've no desire to get myself dirty." And on she went. Soon she came to the apple tree, which cried,
"Shake me! Shake me! My apples are all ripe!"
But the lazy maiden replied, "Are you serious? One of the apples could fall and hit me on my head." And so she went on. When she came to Mother Holle's cottage, she was not afraid because she had already heard of the old woman's big teeth, and she hired herself out to her right away. On the first day, she made an effort to work hard and obey Mother Holle when the old woman told her what to do, for the thought of gold was on her mind. On the second day, she started loafing, and on the third day, she loafed even more. Indeed, she did not want to get out of bed in the morning, nor did she make Mother Holle's bed as she should have, and she certainly did not shake it hard so the feathers flew. Soon Mother Holle became tired of this and dismissed the girl from her service. The lazy maiden was happy enough to go, and expected that now the shower of golden rain would come. Mother Holle led her to the great door, but as the girl was standing beneath the doorway, a big kettle of tar came pouring down over her instead of gold.
"That is the reward for your service,"
Mother Holle said, and shut the door. The lazy maiden went home quite covered with tar, and when the cock on the well saw her, it crowed, "Cock-a-doodle-doo! Your dirty girls come back to you!" The tar clung fast to the maiden and remained on her as long as she lived.